What is the deal, everybody? It is Wednesday, March 2nd, 2022. We are on the road to Revolution. It is this Sunday. AEW Revolution is going to be a jam-packed show. I wanted to jump on here today. Obviously, you can see from the title, some Tony Khan news. We're trying to figure out exactly what's going to happen tonight with AEW Dynamite. Tony had said that he has some major news going on. He did have the media call today that he normally has for like all big pay-per-views that he has. So I wanted to touch base on that a little bit and just go over a lot of the notes that I had from the media call itself. And, a lot of other news outlets in professional wrestling already covered a lot of this stuff here. I wanted to talk about it tonight because I was going to come on and do AEW Dynamite, but I have some other obligations that I need to attend to, so I won't be doing the watch along today. But I said, you know what? I'm home. It's 7:00. Why not? Let's jump on here. Let's talk a little bit, or just hear me rant a little bit about AEW Dynamite as far as like what we're going to expect today. What could we expect over the weekend? What new projects are going to happen later this week? Just jumping into projects tomorrow, there will be a new episodes of Conversations with Kenny. You already know what the premise of that show is, that every week I sit down with somebody that is unique in the entertainment or sports world and have just a general conversation about life, their careers, what drives them to pursue their dreams. Tomorrow I'll be interviewing Rich Lighty. He is one of the producers of the new AEW Who We Are Volume 1 album. We touched base on exactly what you could expect from this album. If you have not heard it yet, by all means, it is a great conversation to listen to. He breaks each track down that he worked on and some other tracks that he's worked on with Swerve the Realist for his new album, Tears, that comes out March 18th. So be on the lookout for that one as well. But let's get into the AEW media call today. So there were a lot of talks of Cody Rhodes. Tony touched base on that and said that even though there is no bad blood between the two, he was sad to see Cody Rhodes leave. It did come down to money issues. They didn't want to speculate as far as like what numbers they were talking about, but you can hear in the conversations that obviously Cody wanted a little bit more than what was brought to the table. They did talk about extending his contract for another year, but he did not want to go that route. So obviously they had to part ways. But he did say that, there could be a possibility that, Cody would be able to come back. I mean, it is something that a lot of people are hoping for. There's still talks of Cody going to WWE. In my opinion, I wouldn't want to see Cody go to WWE because it's like, you've been there, you've done that. What more can you prove in WWE besides just giving you the wrong shaft or just playing your character the wrong way? Because I expect that everybody wants to see him go back to the Stardust character, and I think he's way past that as far as like anything else is concerned. Tony did touch base on starting a streaming service, because I know a lot of people have said that they were hoping that AEW were to start to categorize a lot of their old pay-per-views, a lot of their Dynamites and Rampages. There are talks of AEW possibly working with HBO Max as far as like getting their library in order to host it on HBO Max. I think that would be a really great move for AEW's part, especially with HBO Max starting their new live stream service when it comes to sports. So they already have a certain number of sports teams that they're going to feature on HBO Max. So to have a wrestling segment in HBO, and it happens to be one of the hottest companies that are going around right now, it's a really great merger for the two. There were questions asked about Jeff Hardy. Tony did speculate that he wouldn't mind having Jeff Hardy join AEW, but currently right now, Jeff Hardy is still under contract with WWE. But when that time comes, it does look like Jeff Hardy will be making his presence felt in AEW. Trying to go through my notes here as far as AEW. They talked about a trios title. I know a lot of fans have been saying with a lot of the stables that are going on in AEW is that when are we going to have a trios title? And Tony did speculate that they will most likely end up being a trios title, but he wants to wait until Kenny Omega comes back, which to me feels like it is going to happen, especially if you have Kenny and the Young Bucks and you have Adam Cole and Red Dragon and Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. You have Best Friends. You have Jurassic Express is with Christian Cage right now. I mean, you have the Lucha Bros with Pac right now. I mean, the amount of 3-man stables in AEW right now could benefit so much from having this trios title. I know a lot of people I read online that said that they didn't want this. Other people said they do. A lot of the hardcore AEW fans are like all for this. I'm a fan of just wrestling in general. So like for me, having this trios title is a really good thing for AEW, because I can only imagine what their first storyline will be. And it was most likely it's going to be the Elite versus the new Undisputed Era of AEW. So I can't wait for that one. They went over what the main event was going to be for Revolution, which we were told that it was going to be Hangman Adam Page versus Adam Cole for the AEW heavyweight title. I thought it was a really great decision, especially with a lot of the dynamites that we've been getting so far, where the championship match was the first match on the card. A lot of people were wondering, where does Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa fall on this card? We're still not sure whether or not they will start the show off or co-main event Revolution. We will have to wait and see on Sunday. I would love to get your guys' opinion. So if you're watching this again, by all means, drop a comment in the chat. Let me know what you guys think. What are you guys going to be doing for Revolution? I will be doing a recap show like I always do. It'll be most likely be me, Mike Lanham, and possibly Toe Tags, who is my co-host, as you guys already know. On Mondays, we'll be sitting here on Sunday to review Revolution. Going back to the media call, just going to go through my notes here very quickly. There were more speculations as to when Kenny Omega was going to come back. There was no timeline as to when Kenny could return. We tried to get Tony to spill the beans when it comes to the big announcement for tonight, but he did just say we have a couple more hours, just keep at bay, and he will give it to us when the time is right. What are some future plans for Hangman Adam Page if he does lose the title? We do not know. I do speculate that most likely he will end up getting a rematch if he does lose the title. A lot of the bets right now going on is that that Adam Cole is the favorite to win. It was asked if Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa would ever main event one of their pay-per-views. Tony did say that it would most likely happen down the line. This match is a main event worthy match, but for right now, they want to go with Adam and Hangman. Keep going here. Bear with me. There were some talks of Cesaro. Wondering whether or not if Tony Khan had spoken to Cesaro or if Cesaro had reached out to Tony Khan. He did say that there were no talks right now when it comes to Cesaro, but Cesaro is a great talent that he would love to have in AEW. You just have to wait until the time comes. And, AEW right now, in my opinion, is so crowded with talent that if you was to bring Cesaro in here, what role would he play, and what exactly would he, what would he gain out of this? We've seen Buddy Matthews come in last week, and he's joined the House of Black. I really did not like his debut. So I'm kind of hoping that if Cesaro does come to AEW, that it's actually way better than it was for Buddy Matthews and say Keith Lee, because we haven't seen Keith Lee yet since his debut. Am I streaming on Sunday? I'm looking at the chats right now. Yes, I will be streaming on Sunday, but I will be doing the recap show of AEW Revolution. I will not be streaming the whole entire thing. I just don't probably. I have a lot of things to do on Sunday, but I will be jumping on to do the recap show. So by all means, guys, just keep coming in. Leave your comments. I'll gladly read them on the air, and then join me on Sunday so we can sit here and talk about Revolution as it goes on. Going back to my notes here, just trying to scroll up here, make sure I got everything that I need to talk about. They did say that they were shooting a lot of the new video game for AEW. They started using a lot of the audience from AEW Dark, which is being currently taped in Orlando at the Universal Studios. So a lot of that sound that you hear from AEW Dark, you will be hearing it in the video game, which kind of worries me, because if you watch AEW Dark, there are a lot of times where the crowd is just not into the match that's in front of them. When I looked at the Sunny Kiss match from this week, the crowd really wasn't fully invested in this match. They were invested in a lot of the high-flying matches, like when Dante Martin came out. He did get a really good reaction. The crowd really was behind him. So if they're using a lot of the crowds from Orlando from the AEW Dark tapings, I'm kind of hoping that they maybe mix in a little fake noise in there just to get this game going. There were, Kenny Omega had went on an interview earlier last week and said that the comparison to 2K22 to AEW's new video game is completely different. He doesn't feel that AEW's game will beat 2K22, and that's coming from a gamer who, and working for the opposite company, saying that his company, game wouldn't match up to 2K22, which that's going to come out next week. So I'll have a review on that one as well. I think that's about it. I didn't want to spend too much time here as far as talking about, like babbling on stuff here, but we talked about AEW Dark doing the voiceovers for the video game. Obviously, we talked more about Cody Rhodes, wondering whether or not what would be the landscape for the company moving forward now that Cody Rhodes is no longer a part of AEW. This will be their first pay-per-view without him. Tony Khan did say that they've done 2 all-outs so far without Cody Rhodes, and they've been completely fine, and they will continue to move forward. There was talks of Orange Cassidy and Danhausen as far as a comparison. Tony Khan said that they're 2 different characters. There are plenty of appeal, but they're not exactly the same. They complete each other in a very farewell way. Orange Cassidy has been way over with the crowd. We haven't seen too much of Danhausen, so I'm kind of curious to see week by week what they're going to do with Danhausen. He hasn't really wrestled as much as we would like to. He's done a couple of AEW Dark so far that hasn't been played for YouTube yet, so I'm kind of wondering just to see what the reaction is, but I'm fairly sure that the fans are going to be fully behind Danhausen moving forward. There is some Oscar news as far as like WWE. It looks like Oscar will be out maybe just a tad longer than expected, but hopefully she'll make it. We'll probably see her like after WrestleMania, That is about it. Am I missing anything else here? No. Let's just go over the card for AEW Revolution. You guys let me know what you are expecting, and then we'll end it from there. So what are we having tapped for this Sunday? We have Jay Cargill versus Ty Conti for the TBS Women's Championship. AHFO, which makes up of Andrade, Matt Hardy, and Isaiah Cassidy. They will take on Darby Allin, Sting, and Sammy Guevara. why are we having this 6-man match right now? I just feel like Darby Allin and Sting are always going to the aid of someone, and this particular match should have just been left for Rampage, maybe even left for Dynamite. I don't really think this is something that we would need for a pay-per-view, but I digress on that one. Jurassic Express will be putting their tag team titles on the line against a Red Dragon, which makes up of Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, and a team to be named later tonight. I do not have that bit of piece of information because we have to wait until that match is done, and then we find out who will be the third team entering in this tag team turmoil match for the tag team titles this Sunday at Revolution. Bryan Danielson will be taking on Jon Moxley. These two are trying to start a stable together, or Bryan Danielson is trying to get Jon Moxley on his team. And what better way to get your teammates on your side than to have an old-fashioned wrestling match between the two? I have another report here saying that Tony Khan bought ROH. That is not 100% factual right now. We don't know whether or not Tony Khan did buy ROH. If he did, that would be a really great move. But there were also talks of Cody Rhodes even buying ROH. Just looking at the reports that I've read throughout the week, it does look like ROH will most likely still be selling their company off, and just have a really different direction when it comes to what's going to happen next with a lot of the stars that they did keep on the card. Moving right along, Face of the Revolution ladder match. We have Keith Lee, we have Wardlow, we have Powerhouse Hobbs, we have Ricky Starks, Orange Cassidy, and another participant to be named later tonight. They all will be fighting for a chance to get a title shot for the TNT title. Sorry about that. We're going to have, just want to make sure, okay. We have a AEW Women's World title match where the champion Britt Baker will put her title on the line against Thunder Rosa. That is going to be a knockout, drag-out fight. My money is on Thunder Rosa. We have a dog collar match between CM Punk and MJF. I really don't know who to go for at this point because even though I am an MJF fan, I have a feeling that they're going to give the win to CM Punk. And last but not least, closing out the show on Sunday will be Hangman Adam Page versus Adam Cole for the AEW World Championship. I don't know who your money is on. My money is on Adam Cole. I think that he will walk away this Sunday as the new AEW champ. I am not 100% behind Hangman Adam Page and his title reign. For me, I just feel like it's just been lackluster the past couple of months. But that is about it, guys. Thank you so much. I've pretty much talked as much as I wanted to at this point. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Just leave a message down below. Is it something that you want to see? Is it something that you do not want to see? And just let us know. Don't forget to check us out every single Monday, 7:30 start time for Monday Night Raw watch-alongs. We've been getting a really good crowd so far. So come in, join in on all the fun. We read your comments. We bring people on to chat about Monday Night Raw, and we make 3 hours go by really fast. Like I said, every single Wednesday I do the Dynamite watch along. This Wednesday I would not be doing it. That's why I jumped on early. Thursdays we have conversations with Kenny. Don't forget that tomorrow I'll be sitting down with Rich Lighty. He is one of the rappers / producers of the AEW Who Are We Volume 1 album. Next week, I have another conversation with Kenny with Ali J. She is an incredible journalist / media personality. She is a big advocate for women's wrestling. We've had a really great conversation there as well. You can catch me this week on the Run In podcast, chilling with the boys, talking a little bit of wrestling, showing off some purchase items that I had purchased this week. And then you can catch me on Sunday for the recap show for AEW Revolution. Until next time, guys, be safe, have a good one, and enjoy the week.